Ghosts have been defined as manifestations of persistent personal energy. They may haunt places they enjoyed while alive, or the place where they met their death, especially if that death was violent.
This is the movie that Rex Reed called the most horrifying motion picture I have ever seen. This film is positively ruthless in its attempt to drive you right out of your mind.
Smoking all that fucking crap, you must have know that in the night. That people define that right now. This I'm like this up. So I'm in the best club, I'm coming and that's what's up. I'm in a guy go fucker. Just look between the power, bitch. I haven't passed my set. Twisted brain and jump it done. Touch it, love is my shit. Every fucking burst of monitors. See the honey, crema so, crema so, crema so.
While I see the pain of game, my niggas ass here, I'll be money sick, flat, all growing face. I don't keep it nice. Bitches looking at me cause we know when we go back clean. They couldn't strike, I pop the pills, and I smoke the same. Niggas get chased cause we looking at me like they mean. I got the back lock, resting on the saddle.
Я провожу свои ритуалы, меня в лесу, как сатанист. Но глубин придется заинеуди, я буду через мои веки низко, значит снова опускаю вниз. Слово мне таится и растет внутри, когда на бэс. Притворялся тень, но всегда дались во тьме. И понять тому придурку, почему я был на дне. Как акула, я плыву против течения, пожирая мелочь. Пусть и нигас не прошли в команду, как бы не хотелось.
While I see the pain of game, my niggas ass here, I'll be money sick, flat, all growing face. I don't keep it nice. Bitches looking at me cause we know when we go back clean. They couldn't strike, I pop the pills, and I smoke the same. Niggas get chased cause we looking at me like they mean. I got the back lock, resting on the saddle. A bust that ass nigga, they can keep me on the creek.
I just a break the gun. I still put that gun and the neck fuck. Just shoot the red ass with a sudden picture, but they just the fuck on me. Got you with the pop on play. They been sleeping in the night, they're red. Fuck up and the legs, steady shit, man. Down on your soul, down, down on your soul. Down on your soul, down, down on your soul. Down on your soul, down, down on your soul. Shit.
Sally, I hear something. Stop! Stop!
This is the movie Rex Reed called the most horrifying motion picture I have ever seen.
Perhaps you may be able to help solve a mystery.
souls return to haunt their previous dwellings. Hauntings can be innocent and brief, but there are those which include ongoing apparitions, noises, and moving objects. The Navajos believed there were many spirit forces at work in this world. One was the Shinde, spirits of departed persons which take on various forms on Earth, often human.
You bucking for early retirement?
Shit, yeah.
What is that about? You're the ranger. You gotta believe me, I did it! When they were talking, he got the word help. You fucking liar! I didn't say
Would you
shut
shut the hell up?
Hey! Are you stupid? What the fuck is your problem? God damn it! That, you did. I say to you? I said, buy the roadmap and leave. What the fuck am I supposed to do, Seth? He's in the right night. Seth, I'm telling you, the way he looked at you especially, I knew he knew. Low profile. You understand the meaning of the word low profile? Hey, Richie, how's your hand? It hurts like a fucking son of a bitch, Seth. Thanks for asking.
Not. It is not taking those hostages. It is not shooting police. It is not setting fire to a building.
Oh, God.
From the boundaries of the universe to the depth of your soul. Embark on a journey through the unknown and unexplained as we explore mysteries, magic, and miracles.
Don't get depressed. I'm sure they'll cure your blindness.
Hello.
Is anybody else having problems fucking just getting into Roll20?
No.
No. Not that I know of.
I literally, the past 20 minutes, or 10 minutes rather, fucking just been trying to just get in the site. Like, not even like the game, like just the site. And it's like, I tried like all my computers. What the fuck was going on?
Took me a couple of tries, but I was able to get in.
Yeah, I'm just switching.
Yeah, it took me like 1 or 2 tries to get in.
If you guys want to feel the immersion of the music and the ambience of the game, feel free to click the link, but there's no pressure, because you can play your own playlist, or you can sit in silence. Once I fucking download this page, we will get started.
Did it work that time? It says you're in, at least on my screen.
It's, yeah, now it's loading, but it's just taking like a fuck ton forever to load. I'm not even downloading it. Half a gigabyte per second. Like I'm supposed to be fucking fine. So you guys been having power outages too?
Well, because of the tropical storm, I did not have power for like 4 days. So that was great. That was fun.
We just had like a regular storm, not even any thunder, and I guess something must have fallen over. A bunch of lines were down. Power went out at my work.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. No, it's fine. I'm pretty much done. Yeah, I kind of figured that's why my internet was out this morning, is I probably had to do some more repair work and then just cut it for a while. Best part was I spent like 3 minutes arguing with a guy through our sliding front glass doors that it wasn't the doors having the issue this time, the power was out to the whole building. He was pretty insistent that no, it's just the doors having a problem. Can't you let me in? And this is after I had handwritten a sign that said power outage. It didn't help that for some reason the inner doors seemed to have a battery backup, so those were working. But yeah, that was fun.
I'm sorry, but I don't know if anybody else is having a problem, but you're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if you could reposition the mic or something. Say something longer. Hey, coming in loud and clear.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, I think you guys left Skull Rock, I believe it's called, or whatever the fuck, the abandoned fortress. Fought off the mind control whale fish things that were just trying to enslave you. You still have a bit further before you get to the hive of the units. Who wants to be the first to roll a d20?
I'll do it. I will be a 3 beat. Yes.
16. Okay. So who among you needs to eat? Like food in general, or sustenance? Like, are any of you warforged or anything like that?
The only one Warforged that I know of is Bannock. Yeah, Dr. Bannock.
Let me check my sheet.
Sheet? Let me check your sheet.
Well, if I still have the Everwatch Knight from Helm, I don't need to eat.
Okay. And Satan needs souls. And Yark, you're.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I need to eat, because I was looking at my magic items. And stopped me from needing to eat. Unless that's a cloak of protection from eating, but I doubt it.
It protects you from starving.
When you stop and make camp on the way as you go deeper and deeper into the Underdark, who among you volunteers to hunt? Or scavenge for food,
Ash will.
Yark also volunteers.
Okay.
I feel like Millicent also volunteers.
Okay.
It's her realm.
I feel like I'm lazy, so I don't.
So do you just relax by the fire?
Yeah, and I eat that Ulitharid soul.
Whose Which one is that one?
It's the undead lich mind flayer.
Oh, yeah. I have to rewatch what happened this time. So everyone that's going hunting, make a survival check. You've managed to take down a giant, it kind of looks like a centipede of some sorts. It doesn't taste great, but it's bigger than, it's the size of 3 bears. It's plenty of meat for days.
Crunchy.
Who keeps watch on this night? First watch.
No, I'll go ahead and do first watch.
Okay. Roll me a perception check. Do you have dark vision?
I do not, I believe.
Bless you.
Thanks, Jesus. Let's see. What happens?
You okay?
He needs some milk.
Holy shit. Holy shit. That is why I sound far away.
You sound much better now. What's up?
The mic was disconnected.
No. It was using my fucking webcam mic, and I was like, because I was coughing with it, my mic muted, and I'm like, how the fuck do they hear me coughing while I'm muted? So I am very sorry. I should have checked. So yeah, it was going through my.
Yeah, you coughed out something huge.
Okay, so you guys should hear me much better now. I apologize.
Yeah, you sound much better.
Definitely.
So what the fuck was I saying? Okay, so Yark, you were keeping watch. And in the distance, I don't know, you're probably a little ways from camp or maybe doing a patrol as everyone else relaxes and sleeps. You spot in the corner of your eye what looks like a tiny glowworm crawling along a mushroom. It's about the size of your forearm, so it's pretty big, like maybe a small puppy.
Okay.
Do you do anything or ignore it?
Well, let's see. I'm gonna set down a distance away from it, and then if it's still there 10 minutes after I finish ritual casting, speak with animals, I'm going to go talk to it. Because that's a thing the totem warrior can do.
It's still there. It is taking 10 years to climb this mushroom.
I'm just going to land next to it and say, I have a friend that also really likes mushrooms.
Are you gonna eat me?
Yark just blinks and says, no, I'm still full from my previous meal, which is a little bit of a lie, but not too much.
Do you want to eat the mushroom?
Yark seriously thinks it over and then says, "No, I am good. Thank you."
Me crawl on you?
Yark asks, "Do you want to eat me?"
No. You fast. Me want ride.
All right. I'll offer to fly it around for a bit.
It slowly slithers, onto your arm, like a moving piece of glowing doo-doo. Make a Constitution saving throw. Do you want to keep that?
I don't think I do.
Because you can use your inspiration to re-roll if you want. Maybe it's your lizard skin, but you notice the secretion from this weird bug has weird poisonous psychedelic effects, but it doesn't seem to affect you. You seem to have a strong tolerance towards this shit.
Nice. Alright, I'll fly it around for a bit before putting it back at the mushroom.
Okay, and who takes the second watch?
Crash can.
Okay. As you pass by Yak, you see him wearing a slug poo-poo bug. Has a toupee and it glows.
Crash just gonna stop in his tracks, turn to look at Yark and say, "That's awesome! Where'd you get that thing?"
I was keeping watch. It was, he points in the direction of the mushroom. Over there.
Are you gonna keep it?
No.
Cool, because I might. Alright. Night, buddy.
Crash! Roll a check that requires rolling that is perception rolls. Check. Ah! This is late into the night, but you can't really tell because there's no sun down here. It's kind of creepy because you're not used to the animals down here, if you want to call it that, or beasts. You hear giant screams and horrors just crawling through everywhere that kind of make you feel paranoid for a bit. As you're strolling along through your patrol, you happen to kick a rock, and it almost makes you trip, but you realize it's not a rock. It's a necklace.
Crash is gonna bend down and take a closer look at the necklace.
The necklace has a ornate design of a naked elven woman with the crescent moon in the background on the pendant. It is beautiful dark metals and black diamonds on it. It is kind of weird to see something like this just left in the middle of nowhere.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if it's magical?
No! Yeah. You're not sure if it's magical, but you know that the symbol is to the goddess Saloon.
Crash is going to kind of scour around to see if he can find a stick or something, because he doesn't want to touch that with his bare hands. Then pick it up and put it in his pack for further study later.
Do a dexterity saving throw. So you open your bag. A hand tries to snatch at you real quick, and it misses, and then it disappears. Do you throw your bag off?
Yeah, probably drop it on the ground at least.
It doesn't move.
Crash is gonna cautiously bend down and look in his bag.
You open your bag. And you see your stuff!
Alright, Crash just gonna mutter very quiet, "What the fuck?" to himself, then drop the necklace in his pack and close it up again.
And who is on the last watch?
Take it.
Bobo Jenkins has taken the last watch, yes. Do a perception check, Bobo. Sorry.
Okay.
Ew.
Love that.
Let's see. Let's see. What if you get the slug? You can get a pet slug. A 19. What the fuck did I write for 19? Give me 1 second. This is why I should just put everything in Google Note and stop fucking writing everything like a caveman. What do you do to keep yourself from not being nervous, or does the Underdark not make you nervous?
I feel like it's just unfamiliar ground, so it's not that she's unnervous, she's just very cautious of this whole place. But every once in a while she does just, hug on one of her pigtails, just, whirl and pull in her hair and then just put it back into place. Just to make sure it's everything set. But that's pretty much it.
As you're sitting and pulling on your pigtails, you feel a hand touch your shoulder.
Can I try to do like a really cool, elbow to the back kind of situation?
Yeah, if you want to elbow.
Self-defense.
Yeah. Do either athletics or acrobatics.
I'm gonna do athletics.
So how do you do this maneuver?
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta be thorough in this shit. This gotta be fucking immersive.
I'm very bad at describing things, but she elbows in the gut and just do, the punch to the nose kind of situation.
Oof, child, that hurts quite much. Is that how you treat the one you worship?
What? What? I mean, who are you? She turns around and just looks at whoever the heck she hit.
You've never seen this man before, but he's a beautiful blonde man wearing a top hat, a nice green cloak, a nice tailored suit, very polished, kind of very out of place, but you look at him and you know right away that he's the traveler.
Do I know about the traveler?
Or that's who you worship, right?
Oh no, I worship Celestial.
Celestial. Yeah, it's
something like that.
Yeah, celestial.
Yeah.
You know right away it's your god, basically.
Okay, cool. Kind of stare at him and be like, so, quick question. I've tried to communicate with you for the past, I don't know, 2-3 years. Having received, and have you even gotten any of my calls? Just wondering. Just not even a voicemail or something.
You can't force a beautiful flower to blossom. You have to take care of it, but I can't make you do anything, my child. I hear your calls, and your prayers.
Cool. So not even getting someone who does get your call and your response is to be like, hey, Millicent, he said get your shit together or something like that, like a breeze, or the moon looks really shiny weirdly tonight kind of situation. But why now anyways? forget about that. Why are you here? Where the moon is not really out and about.
The moon is always out. And I can go anywhere as I please. Time
Right.
is non-existent for me. As to you. I
Cool.
just wanted to visit you and bring you comfort. I felt your loneliness. Do you like the powers I have bestowed upon you? My blessings?
Yeah, they're great. Thank you.
Yes.
For wings and other stuff. Yes. I appreciate it.
You have bad blood in you, my child, but you have overcome temptation.
Right. Yeah. Temptation. Very strong. I am.
I would like to give you the choice right now, is the main reason. How would you like to clear the blood of the demon, or the devil rather, fully out of your body? They would
Then
change
would I
you.
into what exactly? Does that even mean?
As a person, you would stay the same. Physically, you would be something different. You would be a person.
So I can't keep my tail?
Do you want to keep your tail, child?
Or my horns?
Do you want to
Or
keep
like,
those?
listen, my clothing, my color scheme, I made it into a brand. You know? Like it's my brand. It's like I walk down, they're like, oh my god, it's mostly like, yeah, it's me. Because I'm pink and not human. It's kind of like, you know, what sets me apart from others. Like, do I have to give up being what I am?
You wouldn't be human, my child. But
What does that even mean, then?
you wouldn't. Instead of a half devil, you would be a half angel. Let's call it that. But physically, you would change. As long as you have the blood in you, your father, though I know you don't like calling him that, has, let's just say, he could do some kind of ritual that involves with you, with your blood.
Is he gonna try to use me as a portal?
He can't do anything unless you sign a contract. But there are ways that he can force you to sign a contract.
Joke's on him, I don't know how to write.
But he values you, and you knows that you are destined really to be a knight of hell. But you overcame that destiny and became something different. You are a defender of this world. You have saved many lives. You should be proud. Never feel scared in this, even in this environment unknown. I am here to watch you. But I cannot stop forces from killing you. That is not me that controls that, only you. And when you do die, you come into my arms, and I will carry you to a new kingdom.
That's a pretty nice way to say you're taking me to, like, the other dead realm.
Well, child, if you do not want to change now, you can think on it. But for now, I will leave you.
Wait, but what if I do say yes? like right now, will he stop following me, for the contract instead if I say yes?
Yes. You would rid of his blood of you.
Yeah,
of
sure, let's do
himself.
it. Let's do it. Listen, he's kind of stalkerish in case you haven't noticed. I just want him off my back, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Very well, child.
Is this like a bibbidi bobbidi below man? Or like...
And would you like to keep your skin tone?
We can make it like a lighter pink if you want.
It's up to you, child.
It's like... lighter pink is kind of nice.
Ah, okay. He places his hand upon you. You feel this deep shooting pain through your head for a moment.
Ooh.
As it feels like your body is trying to get rid of something toxic. Black energy comes out your body as it comes through his hands like it's a black hole or something as he sucks away. With his other hand, a divine light touches you as your skin turns a little lighter. Your hair becomes more beautiful. Your features are softened. Your horns fall off. Your tail falls off.
Your eyes fall off.
Your nose! I've got your nose! You become, what's your charisma right now?
14.
14. Your charisma automatically gets changed to 19. From...
Oh. Okay.
And you can pick one of the, except for the fallen Asimar, racial traits. But you can look at that whenever. But
okay,
yeah,
cool.
One of them I think is like shoots fucking shit out of his eyes or something, and the other one flies.
Okay. Does that mean I no longer have hellish rebuke or thaumaturgy?
No, you still have all that shit.
Okay,
You,
cool.
you have the same. You just changed your race, basically, essentially. So
Alright, cool,
it's
cool.
yeah, none of your magic or anything like that changed. You just are not a tiefling anymore.
Alright, cool. Cool. I need to write that down. Alright, cool.
Ravican. Roll a
Was
D.
Ravican awake just the whole time watching this happen?
Yeah, just smoke my pipe and just eavesdrop on you.
Yeah, he could have interacted at any moment. Cause he was, yeah, he doesn't need to sleep. Ravican, roll a d20 for me. You guys are getting pretty close to the hive. D10.
Oops.
As you're coming closer and closer to the hive, the landscape gets a little weird. It's kind of like that SpongeBob episode where he's like, it's not just darkness, it's advanced
Darkness.
yeah, it's like you're in the bottom of the ocean. You're starting to see more and more weird creatures as you go deeper. Maverican, roll a dexterity saving throw. Do you, ouch, I just hit my funny bone, want to keep that?
So is this after the rest, like the next day, or is this during the
This is you would be fully rested.
I think I'll use the gift of luck to roll one more time.
You're not allowed to, though.
I don't know, I love my spell. But this might fuck up anyway, so. Yeah, I'll take that.
How would you normally be in the back of everyone or in front of everyone, the middle of the group? Where would you see yourself in line?
Probably in the middle, just flying above everybody, annoying people, doing drugs.
As you're annoying people and doing drugs and blowing smoke in Yark's face and tripping balls as you see all these beautiful colors glow, it's like walking through like one of those like artsy like light shows that they're throwing for you right now. But unaware, since you are not really paying attention, you do not see the danger from above, as out of nowhere, a giant snake just comes and tries to strike at you. But even though you blew smoke in Yark's face the whole time and called him Little Gecko Boy Poo Poo Head with Slug Doo Doo Wig, he was able to help you escape in time as the snake disappears down into the tunnel.
I scream profanities at the snake as it runs.
Haha, snake doo-doo.
And finally, you arrive to this large, you could call it a city if that, but it's alien looking to you. There's no real purpose or logic to, at least to your standards, where these buildings and shapes are doing. In the distance, you can see what looks like different races of people mind controlled, just doing manual labor as they're building walls and constructing different types of weapons and serving these illithid people like they are gods. I want to say you're about, let's say, a couple miles out. How far away from this place would you guys want to stay as a base camp, if you want to call it that?
Far enough to not be detected?
Yeah, do we see like them sending patrols out a certain distance?
Everyone can make up perception shit. I need some peanut butter. They don't seem concerned. It seems with maybe it's not like they don't have security, but it doesn't seem like they have guards that are patrolling for purposes. It's just more they're kind of self-indulged in weird experiments and getting these weird structures, and you're not sure what they're building, these weird devices, just all built. They're more worried about manufacturing, and probably they're a bit too cocky to think anyone would be, stupid enough to attack them.
I would. Is there? Okay, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm just wondering if there's like an area, like a little wooded area, or an area with some like ruins or rocks or something that we could just keeps us out of sight from them, but far enough away that we're safe, but close enough to get there.
Yeah, there are ravaged ruins from what used to be drow housing. So you could camp there a few miles away and use that as a base camp.
I don't know, guys. I'd rather stay in a house than out in the open.
Agreed.
I mean, yeah.
Or you could stay in the mushroom forest.
And get more little whatever the heck Yark has on his head. Does Yark still have the little worm thing? Slug worm thing? Whatever it was?
You gotta ask Yark, because I'm just some guy that's not here.
I mean, I was thinking about dropping it off, but if it's just sitting there quietly and not affecting me too much.
It's just vibing.
Yeah, sure.
If we were close enough to see what they were building, Crash is probably going to ask Indy if he knows what they're doing.
Just give me 1 second. So you say you asked Indy what they're doing. He tells you telepathically that they are expanding the hive.
Oh boy.
Do the mind-controlled people walking around look just like normal versions of their race? Or is there some sort of obvious symptom, are their eyes dull or milky or something like that?
It varies. Some look pretty normal. Some look like they had their heads sucked out with the straw, and it's like a deflated skull, but somehow they're still moving. Some look very bizarre with their extra appendages, and maybe they were experimented on, so it varies, but there's a majority of people that look normal. Perhaps they feed on them at random and then use the bodies, as they will, kind of like cattle, but still make them slave labor.
Alright, I'm gonna use my natural shape changer ability to turn into, I guess, a dark elf. They're pretty common here, a drow, with my head looking like it's shrunken and someone sucked my brain out with a straw.
Okay. And what else does anyone else do? Anything?
Are we sneaking in?
I thought we were. I don't. How many? Are there people?
If we are, I can just go ahead and cast pass without a trace.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, because I remember I have it.
If you guys don't mind, I need to take 10 minutes real quick, so we can just take a break real quick. And then,
Sure.
I guess if you guys decide if you want to, sneak in, attack, or however you want to do it, and then we can all eat fried bologna sandwiches.
Crash is gonna look over at Rabbitkin in his disguise and go, "You look creepy as shit, man."
I just look over at you and just sort of and paw at you like I'm one of them.
Yeah, keep away from me. And Crash just hurriedly backs up.
I mean, I might have a slightly different definition of sneak than the rest of you.
Going undetected.
This slug is eating my brain. I will soon look like one of you. I don't have a negative stealth check.
Oh, to have a negative stealth check.
I do have -2 to Arcana, History, Investigation, and Religion, though.
That's okay. You don't need to look for anything. It's okay.
I'm down in the garage, but I can answer questions as ND. The distance you guys... That sounded like a fire alarm for a second. The distance you guys are from the hive, Indy says, is safe for him because if he gets too close, the elder brain will take control of him. If one sees you, they all see you at the same time.
You'd better stay here then.
He says I planned on it. That's why sometimes when they escape and we are able to think on our own for once, it's very liberating. There is a small few of us that are starting a rebellion, but it's kind of futile.
Well, hopefully not very futile.
Don't you know the story of our people?
Nope.
we are from the future. We've already conquered everything. And to ensure that, we've sent ourselves back in time in this infinite loop to always ensure that we end up conquering the universe in the future. It's inevitable that they will take over. Indy shivers. How a brain with legs would shiver. Oh wait, is he the fucking giant demon?
Yes.
Yeah, so
but-
he would shiver as a giant demon. He's like,
Couldn't he shrink though?
he couldn't shrink. Yes, yeah, forget. He can shrink, but yeah, he shivers a little bit like he's kind of scared thinking about it. He says he himself is not from the future, but that is how, that's what he knows that their origins are from.
Well, they haven't taken over yet in this expanse of time. I sure as shit ain't gonna sit by and let it happen.
He also tells you that killing the Elder Brain really will sever the connection to everybody from the hive mind itself and give everyone independent thought. That doesn't necessarily mean that everyone will be good, but it will be different.
Then I guess we gotta kill a giant brain.
We are. We're gonna what? We're actually gonna fight a giant brain.
I mean, what else are we gonna do? Just leave a giant hive of mind-controlled people down here?
Point there.
Do you guys do any more scouting?
Do we see? I wouldn't say like people who are like in charge, kind of walking around, making sure everything is going how it's supposed to, or is it
you notice the illithids with the longer tentacles. They are taller. They seem to have more authority and more respect over the other illithids, from what it seems. If you do any more scouting, you'll see things kind of like, have you seen the Animorphs or the Star Trek episode where they're putting bugs into people's ears? You see them just doing that to people just strapped to what looks like are tables, picking up these slug-like creatures, or more squid-like actually, from these little pools, and just placing them in the ears of these victims, and these people screaming. You even see them doing it to children.
Crash looks ready to kill someone after seeing that.
Should we start there? I feel like we should start there.
Agreed.
Right.
So how do you guys plan on doing this? Because depending
True.
which one you pick, is going to be a different entrance.
I mean, we should get the one that, doesn't say, "Oh, we have intruders. Oh no, everybody to their battle stations."
Well, if one sees you, they all see you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm guessing if we kill one, they're gonna know something's up.
Yeah, so if you kill one base, anything, they're all connected, so they'll know the minute they spot you.
Should we just use, our luck and just see how far we can go until we're detected?
Yeah, I mean, if I don't think we want all of them down our heads at once. Maybe if we can see if we can find the head honcho brain before we get spotted and just go straight for him.
Can any of you use disguise self or anything, so that way if they do see us, they don't think we're enemies, kind of thing? Like, does anybody have access to the seeming spell?
I can't use disguise self.
I do not have disguise self. I do have dark.
Does anybody have silent image? I can use that as a cloak.
Not me.
No. I do have Mordekainen's faithful hound, but that is
What you guys do have is also the endless thing called imagination and immersion and friendship.
Does anybody have a disguise kit?
I have mislead. I become invisible. And that's when my double appears.
So you're basically just trying to stealth as close as you can to the Elder Brain?
That is the plan.
And and then who's disguising themselves?
I am. In fact, I'm going to hang a good 20 feet back from the group, so if they get seen, I just look like a zombie.
Like, don't mind me, just doing my thing.
I really don't have anything good for disguise.
I kind of like this look with my brain sucked out.
Okay,
Yeah, we do have Pass Without a Trace, so that's something. We have one thing. We just don't have disguises.
Are you doing the, what's that? The, spell that's, fucking, Pass Without a Trace?
Yes.
And, what's the radius on that?
30 feet of me.
Okay, and then, you said, Rabican, that you were staying within 20 feet of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so then everyone with, roll a stealth check with the boost of, Trust Without a Pace, and, just fill in my cup with ice, and I'll look at the numbers once.
Oh my god. I'll take the 13.
I'm not sure how to add past other trace, so I just rolled a regular stealth check.
Oh,
Yeah,
you get
same.
automatically though. Because if you're within 30 feet of me, you just get it automatically.
Yeah, no, I meant basically I don't know how to add plus 10 to it, so I'm just gonna say it's 17 plus 10.
Oh, yeah. That's totally fine. 13, 24, 27, and 43.
So I rolled a 24 then?
Yes, 24.
Nice.
B.
Despite the theme music I am humming, I am the second most stealthy. If I'm reading that right.
Yeah. Rabican in his disguise. Like, he's just one with the background. He's Pard.
Rabican has advantage on his stealth, but on top of the
43.
the bananas. I'm almost
33.
back to my room. Okay. Okay.
I need to restart Discord really quick. It won't force an
can't.
update.
No. Oh, oops, I turned off my mouse.
Alright, I'm back.
Did you already use your inspiration, Millicent?
Nope, I want to save it for later, so I'm sticking with 13.
Okay.
I'm not leading the group anyways.
And then everyone do an intelligence saving throw.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna hit myself with guidance before I do that. Ouch.
5. It's okay, Crash has streak smarts. That's all that matters.
Crash does not want to be turned back into a mindless cat.
So what ends up happening as you're trying to get closer to where the Elder Brain is, you get pretty close overall. You're going through vents that Indy told you about, secret passageways, making yourself to be seen and less attention as possible, until Millicent accidentally trips, and the eye of an illithid catches her gaze, and she gets an 18, so he looks back, but when he looks to Crash, he senses something funny, and right away, he knows that what you're up to, and he's immediately alerted. But you all manage to take shelter in this old storage room that was led from the sewers.
DM, is it obvious that he noticed her? Like, is he like outwardly showing like that he's trying to make a perception, or is this something that we can't see?
Like you mean like is he looking for like perception wise?
Yeah, like, do I notice him looking at us, like being alerted? Like, can I see that, or is it too quick for me to notice?
It's you notice him looking at you because it's just a different look with his perception.
All right. If I see him looking at us, I would like to do this in the hopes that it would help, but it might not change anything.
So, do you want to use that on do you want to use that on Millicent or Crash?
Oh no, I was gonna use it on the illithid in the hopes that it keeps him from noticing us, like it fucks up his perception.
Oh, okay.
I wanted
well,
to say, if he does sees us, can I use also hypnotic pattern?
You could.
So that'll be this thing on my pattern. Fine. It's fine.
So
I
why
hurt my feelings a little bit.
so why you do mess up his perception, it does give you a bit time to manage to get to where you are now. This is the lower chambers of the hive. One of the many tunnels that connects to the Elder Brain. They know you're here right after the couple, the failed spell cast, so, but they don't know where your location is. In front of you, there is a locked stone door with a large metal handle, and to the west, from where you came from, leads back down into the tunnels.
I'd like to take a look at the door to see if it's magicked or trapped.
And can everyone see their token?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So how you said you're gonna look at the door if it's magic or trapped?
Yeah.
Are you gonna use any tools, or are you doing this off of perception or any spells?
I was just gonna use investigation, if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead. There doesn't seem to be any traps to this door, but it seems to vibrate to not magic, but to psionic energy.
Can any of you read minds or anything?
No.
No.
Don't believe I can.
Other than that, it just looks like a giant sliding stone door that looks heavy. But you investigate it, and you feel this weird kind of psionic energy emanating from it.
Should we touch it?
Not sure that's the best idea.
Touch it with gloves. Maybe.
Poke it with a stick.
Hopefully. Millicent throws a rock at it to see if anything happens to the rock. Sorry, Dwayne.
I kind of want to hit it with an ithlet.
You throw a rock, it just bounces off the handle like normal.
Alright. It's still suspicious.
If this door is too sketchy, you could also go back into the tunnel and find another way. But doing that also, you risk running into a patrol that is looking for you.
Is there any markings on, like, on the door?
The markings, do any of you read Drow? Or Undercommon? Or Elven, I mean? Why did I say Drow?
I know Elvis. I do know Elvis.
So you know from this architecture that this is Elven design. So this must have been part of the city that was conquered from the Illithids, from the Drow, because this is not... The buildings they were constructing up top on the surface that you saw are nothing like these structures on the bottom.
Would we
find
anything similar to anything that we've seen before in terms of like how it works or what could, be used with these type of doors?
You could do a history check.
Alright. Let's see how much of class did we actually pay attention to.
Ew.
Nice.
You fail.
The one time she actually pays attention in class. It's like, doors? We love doors. We like 3D patterns on doors. That's interesting.
This door is, from what you remember in your studies in the vault, there's very little information on the Illithids that people can gather. They're very mysterious. Most of them either are in outer space or they live underground. Um, from what you remember as a young wee lad in school, that some of them ran into these doors, that, when touched, did a, let's call it a arm wrestle with their brain. It is not a matter of strength to open this door, but it's a matter of willpower upon touching the handle.
Do we know what happens to the people who lose their will to fight?
Since you got a crit 20, it's basically you will get a level of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
So if you fail, you're gonna get a level of exhaustion. Like,
okay, cool.
Like it's just gonna drain your whole body doing it.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail. Because you packed, and this is the only part you paid attention to, before you
in
became
class,
a crack
before I
dealer.
knocked out. All right. So I kind of remember this thing about class. I don't know. It was early in the morning. I don't know who put history in the morning class. Like that's stupid. Anyway, they did say that these doors are opened with your mind. Like you're fighting it, but with your head. I mean, well, your mind, not really your head. And essentially you get really tired after if you can't open it. Yeah.
Yark
So
nods and carefully removes the slug off his head, preparing to fight the door with his mind.
hey, Yark, buddy.
Buddy.
It's like your real brain. Like
Don't
you
go hit
know,
your head against any stone doors.
yeah, what they said, because not physically, but like mentally.
You know, what they're doing to you is called peer pressure. You can do whatever you want. In this game, I encourage players to make decisions not based on peer pressure, but creativity. Don't listen to me, I'm not baked or anything.
Millicent, when you say a battle of will to open the door, do you think it's a matter of intelligence or wisdom?
Intelligence.
Intelligent? Like I don't know, they're pretty smart, right? So like you need to be smart and not street smarts.
Well,
But
this
book
is a
smart.
fine party to come up against one of these doors, huh?
Paper, rock, scissors.
Oh, I'm pretty smart. I don't mind opening it. I still have the lucky magic from earlier.
Be my
Okay,
guest. If you fail, I'll attempt it as well.
If you attempt, do a intelligence saving throw.
If this is bad, I'll use another lucky point. Yeah, I'll use it. Yeah, I'll take the 25.
And let's see.
Seeing as Rabakan is gonna be opening the door, can I at least slap him? Can I slap him with a protection from evil and good?
Yes, good.
Nice.
Hot damn, that's
Good for
the
you,
best position
Rabakan.
I've rolled in forever.
Ooh, a 21.
That's with advantage, by the way.
You got my roll.
Sorry, it's gonna take me not too long. It's just I haven't done this many types of enemies on a battlefield in a while. I wanna know what love is. Okay.
Oh, why am I at the bottom?
I'll just put all of these in the one category. Yeah, simplify it. Okay. Rabican, do a dexterity saving throw as you open the door with your mind, your brain. You open the door with ease. You are a scholar. This is nothing to you. You play Sudoku every day. Or Sudoku? I don't fucking know, but you would know because you opened the door. And as you open the door, you dodge two shots from what looks like laser beams, perhaps, or lightning bolts. You're not really sure, but you see two squid face at the bottom, kind of hiding behind the corner and taking their shot as you open the door quickly, but missed, and then they go back behind the corner. What do you do?
I am going to cast a spell in the center so that they get sucked to the middle of it. I'll put the description.
A 20-foot radius. Constitution. Boop. Boop. Boop.
I'm gonna have to roll the damage manually. And then after that, I am just going to get behind cover. And that's it for me.
Meow meow, fuzzy face, Captain.
Is this sinkhole still active? If I go near those things, am I gonna get dragged into it?
No, it's instant. It was just a one-shot like fireball.
Yeah, if you ever play Overwatch and you see Orisa do that ball where it sucks the enemies in.
I have never played Overwatch in my life.
Yeah. Well, I'm lonely.
Alright, well, bonus action, spiritual weapon. Gonna summon that. Won't hit with it yet because I'm not quite in range. Walk down, I guess, right up to the guys. And first one Oh god, where's my dragon tooth?
You lost it. That's a hit.
Alright.
You're hitting the one right in front of you. I take
Yep,
it.
huh?
Yeah, nothing.
Alright, and then extra attack to the one right next to him.
Okay. That is quite the strike, yes, indeed.
And now spiritual weapon again to the guy in front of me.
Do you want to summon it next to you, behind him, or next to, where do you want to put it?
Behind him.
Behind him. I'm gonna make it the color white. Like semen. Yeah. And that hits him because I'm stupid. And, yeah, you did some good fucking damage.
That ends my turn.
You hear a loud shrieking scream in the distance. And lots of running in the background, coming, from the east. Oops, I'm drawing again. I drew more semen. How do I delete the semen? But yeah, from the east you hear running and noises. But you do not see anything happen. Millicent.
So we just saw Crash just run. Let me measure stuff. Okay. That's as far as I can get. But I'm hit the one in front of me with a magic beam. And
nice.
Bonus action to do Hunter's Mark against it, and that should be 1 extra point to that. And
Okay.
I shall shoot him again.
Why?
Because I can. Because I can.
How do you know he's just not violent? So how do you, like, kill this guy?
So seeing Crash just run into action, just encourage Millie to be like, okay, fine, we're going into this, we're gonna do this. So she rolls, and then she just lands where she's supposed to be and just shoot him in the head, because why not? Don't trust them and their tentacle. Bada bing, bada boom.
Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to find something.
No.
Just send illithid brains flying everywhere.
Crash, Millie just like gives you like a thumbs up.
Ha! You're fighting their minds.
Like,
Crash
I got your
will return
back.
that thumbs up with a wide grin.
It's weird, like, I'm trying to look up, like, because you said you like your spiritual weapon to be a glaive, and I'm looking for, like, a token for a glaive, and, like, all these fucking things on the side just give me glaives with people connected to them.
Just cut them off.
But it's a lot of work. I want it now. Spiritual. Spiritual feelings weapon. Cause you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna use we're gonna use this sword. Oops, I colored on it. Just for now. And then I'll find a glaive picture for your spiritual weapon.
Awesome. Yeah. Crash never summons any other type of spiritual weapon. It's always the same thing over and over.
Crash one day. You know what? Maybe I feel like having a statue and not a glaive just for today.
And did you say you were doing that was your whole turn, right? After you killed that guy? Okay.
Yeah.
This man in front of you. Let's see what he will do. Pew. That's totally a hit, you know. Yeah, okay, that's totally a hit.
Hit the thin air.
He's gonna try again. You probably hit him a little too hard with your hammer, as he attempts to suck your face. Yeah. And that's all that happens there. And let's see. 1, 2.
Crash just subs him back and says, "Sorry, buddy, I never kiss on a first date."
See, you know what's it makes me mad. But I would abuse the fuck out of it if I had one. Is like a soundboard, and like I would have played the Seinfeld bass line with people laughing right now. But yeah, I would abuse it. Yuck. Battle has begun! This is where you thrive!
Let's see. I mean, those. Well, the one is the only one I can see right now, right?
As far as you can see, yes!
Alright, 1 second. I'm just gonna run down there, barge past them, and take a swing at him. Actually, I'm gonna take a bite out of him first. So 1 second.
Take a bite out of crime. What was that guy's
Come
name?
get your calamari.
Oh, that 3 rage damage shouldn't be there. I haven't raged yet. That's my special bite attack.
So you said you didn't rage, or are you raging?
Did not, so it'd just be 10 blood.
Okay. That is a hit, and you kill him. And how do you kill him? With your mouth.
I take a huge chunk, just tearing through his skull and a nice piece of brain.
Do you do that like crocodile spin when they're like in the water?
Heck yes.
Just like in the air.
Gator death roll. And I'm just gonna
You don't
for a mouthful of
Crash when you do that, do you?
the what?
I said you don't happen to hit Crash. He's like 5 feet away from you.
Yeah, maybe accidentally. Definitely not on purpose. And I'm just gonna, through my mouthful, I'm just gonna go fighting brain.
Millicent and Crash and Yark, you are all covered in blood.
Like just
Crash just looks at Yark and says, "I'll be sending you my shampoo bill, buddy."
York, sometimes I wish you didn't, but it's what makes you you, so I accept it. But just no. She wipes whatever's on her face. No.
Yark just blinks and goes, "You look different."
missing?
Wrap a can. Is that a shy guy as your token?
I just put the little thing on because it looked like a scream mask, and I'm like in a costume to look like a zombie guy, so I thought that would work well.
It looks pretty cool. It makes me think of Shy Guy.
I'm just gonna yell to my friends. Is there any more left?
Not that I can see.
Yeah,
I
okay,
can hear a lot of footsteps.
Oh, I got some in my mouth.
the Ark nods. It's good, isn't it?
No.
He takes another bite. There's not going to be much of them left soon.
That's fine by me.
I'll just move here, and then I'll hold my action to attack one of them if they come in range, and that'll be it.
Crashing Fortune. Before...
Crash is going... Oh, continue.
Okay, sorry. Before you heard people scurrying your way, but all of a sudden, noises stop, and you don't hear anything.
Crash is gonna very cautiously step over the bodies and go down to see what he can see. I don't see anyone.
Do a perception check. This will determine if you die or live, Crash. This will be the most important roll of your life. No pressure. I feel like such a dick for being like a sarcastic dick. Did you use your inspiration?
No, I used guidance and hit myself, so I rolled a 12.
Yeah, but did you use inspiration before?
No, I have not.
Do you want to keep that?
No, thank you. Much better.
Hey, yeah. Okay.
So you, as you say, yeah, it's clear, guys. You get a closer look at the walls, and you notice that they look like they're moving, or the walls are dripping. And then you see these things just appear out of the shadows.
Crash just starts yelling, not clear, whole bunch of fuckery down here.
Is Crash running back or staying there?
He is running forward. To about here, I'd say. Since I hit myself with guidance, can I use a spell this turn, or?
Don't forget your spiritual weapon.
Yeah, your spiritual weapon.
Take it with you.
Alright, he's gonna hit the guy closest to him with that.
You know what's weird is I can't pick up the spiritual weapon.
I can't either.
Did you want to bring it here to this guy?
Yes, please.
Okay. You can roll for damage. You know what rhymes with damage is bologna sandwich. I thought you guys should have known that. It's really important. Unfortunately, that is, it might be a hit. But if I was a good DM, I would remember the AC. And it is a hit. And yes.
Alright, that'll end my turn.
Okay. You see this weird fucking creature. Perhaps you've seen it before, with many eyes floating in the middle of the air down the hallway, Crash.
Crash just stares at it and then goes, I think I've met one of you before.
Let's see, what does it do? What does it do? Let's go. Boo, 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 boo. You gotta make an intelligence save. Oh. And your nose bleeds a little, but you shake it off. You have the fortitude of a scholar. Yes. And does he have a multi-action or no? No, that's the wrong fucking character sheet. Where the Oh, he does. Okay, so do a Constitution saving throw. Ooh, you pass both. So, I imagine you just bounce it off with your shield. You just block these beams as you strike your spiritual weapon at the ones that were invisible on the walls for a second. Yeah, you are quite the foe. Millicent, your rap record is not even top 10.
Dang. I'm gonna try better. I still don't see shit. Okay.
Is your dark poo-poo correct on your character? Yep.
Sorry?
No, I'm just talking to myself. I'm stupid.
Oh, okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. Gonna use my bonus to transfer the hunter's mark to this one over here. Well, no, not that one. The one next to it. Why not? And I'ma just shoot at it. Yeah. It's a miss.
You would think that, but it has very low AC. That hits.
Oh, alright. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna do it again, because that's a miss, huh?
Nope.
No, it still hits? Oh my god.
Yeah, very low AC. With these ones.
You can tell we're not used to.
You know what I'm not used to? Friends that appreciate my art, okay?
We do appreciate your art. It's very beautiful.
I'm just kidding. What am I talking about? Let's see. So one comes at, this is to Millicent. That's a miss. Wow, these guys suck cock. This is to fucking Crash.
That is a hit.
Okay, so do a athletics check. Okay, so you get hit with 6 piercing, but you escaped the being grappled by his tentacles. And same order, this will be to Millicent. 25.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, that hits.
Okay, and do the same thing, girl.
The athletics.
Athletics, yes. Oh my god, you guys must have been training in pro wrestling.
Woo.
Woo.
So is it just 6?
What do you say? Oh yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Did I roll that again? 6? Wow, is that... Oh, okay.
The
Wow.
exact
Okay, I was like, what
same.
the fuck? Like, did I not roll? Okay. And this one is to crash. 23, but ignore the 1 plus 1. So once again, the athletics. Or unless a 23 doesn't hit.
No, but 23 hits.
Oh, okay. Oh. So you are grappled. Okay, you see another one pop up out of the ground. These don't seem like the mind flares that you're used to. These seem ravaged, angry. Their tentacles are more spiky and long. Yark.
They were not hugged by their mother.
Me too.
Alright, I am going to enter my rage.
Against
Then
the
I'm going to
machine.
step around. And then I'm going to step around the corner. Let's see what I can see now. Oh my. Okay. Which one is grappling Crash?
So the one on the bottom is grappling crash.
Alright, I see I can't quite get to it because it looks like the hallway is blocked.
You're a big fella. You can, like, hop over.
I am... How do you ping the map again? I'm going to attack the one that's to my top right anyway. Reckless attack.
This one?
Yeah, that. I'm not sure how to make it do that.
Just click and hold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes and yes. So yeah, you cut a good chunk off this one. Blood sprays everywhere. Like some kind of Tarantino fucking Kill Bill movie.
That's the end of my turn.
Rabican.
Is actually, hold on one second. Is Crash still being held?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast that so it's the radius just hits the bad guys.
It says each enemy. Doesn't say anything about everybody. 20-foot radius. Strength saving throw. Okay. And
I just sort of.
where would you want to center the point?
I can only see 3 of them, so maybe around. Well, they only hit enemies, so just right around here.
Okay, yeah, that would still hit all of them. And they all get drawn to the center, right? Or
No, this makes them drop what they're holding. I'm hoping that the one.
oh, okay. So yes, this burst of wind does release Crash from being grappled, and right in time for her turn next. Do you do anything else before?
Yes, I'm going to use a bonus action to cast a cantrip at that same one. I take a puff of my pipe and then I blow it in his face.
Oh no. Clicky. He is blind! What is this? He screams.
I laugh at him as I cowardly run to the corner and end my turn.
If you were to attack the one in front of you, Crash, you would have advantage because he is blinded. Hold on. I gotta check if these motherfuckers have blind sight. Okay, nope. You know, it's weird. They're psychic, but they don't have blind sight. You think they would?
I have a spell that I've been wanting to use for quite some time that's perfect for a crowded hallway full of enemies.
Don't.
Do it.
Don't.
Crash is just gonna take a deep breath.
Don't.
And scream.
We're not in the corn mage, are we? That's my priorities, but like, we're not in the corn mage, are we?
15-foot cone. Okay. Constitution. It's pretty good, yeah. It's pretty spicy. So with that cone, as you scream, you kill the one that is next to Millicent that was damaged from your friends from earlier. So he is dead. Everyone else is pretty hurt from the necrotic damage from the scream. Do you do anything else?
Oh, of course. Extra attack, Dragon Tooth, to the one in front of me. When I can find my Dragon Tooth.
You can't. There's a time limit on finding it, and if you can't find it by the time I blow my kazoo, 28. I wish I had a kazoo now. Okay. And let us see.
It's my bonus action still.
You still got your bonus action?
Yep.
Okay.
That will be to the one at the very top, sitting in that alcove.
The top one? Yeah, that's gonna hit. Oh yeah, that's gonna hit because yeah, their AC sucks cock. You gotta get higher than a 7, basically. But they're high challenge level. Well, there's other things makes it, but yeah, it's still low AC. Let's see, and this guy. Oh, is that all you're gonna do, right?
Yep, just that.
Okay. The floating pee-pee boy. Let's see. Let's see. Crash 1. Yark 2. Millicent 3.
I
Millicent.
don't like numbers. No. No. No.
And let's see,
No.
which one is it gonna be? 1d6.
No.
Let's see. It's gonna be. It's not too bad. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ugh.
As he shoots a ray that has skulls emanating from it, but nothing happens to you. And then once again.
I do enjoy the sparkle. The light show.
Crash. Okay. Number 5. And number 5 is this. Constitution saving throw. And you are stunned by the beam.
Yay!
Woo!
And it's hovering off the ground and it's not moving forward. Millicent.
Okay. So, was this the thing that attacked us? I'm guessing.
The thing in the back
with here. Yeah. Okay. Bonus actions to change my whatchamacallit. Hunter's Mark tool. This one right there. I'm just gonna. I don't know how I'm doing it, but maybe like cha-cha through the weapon. And just be in this corner right over here, because it's totally a good idea. It's a great idea. It's a magnificent idea. And just use my gun blade on the one in front of me. Well, side of me.
Okay, that's a hit.
Wait.
How much is the hunter's mark?
1.
Poop.
Yeah. And then I flash him again. Does 9 hit?
How does that work? How does that work with even though it's a 7, but with a crit 1? Is that a miss?
No. You're the DM. You do what you...
I'm gonna see. I don't know.
What could happen? What could happen though? Like maybe I was trying to be smooth, like extra with it, but like it just failed. Well, like I tripped, but I still stabbed it. I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up later, but for now, I'm just gonna say since the AC is so fucking low anyway, it's like it's just so hard to like miss the guy.
Like we were like vibing, and somehow I still hit him. Plus another one.
Okay, this one, all 4 of these will be to Millicent with advantage.
What? With advantage?
Because yes, you are flanked by this man's and this man's.
thought flanking was like across, you know, surroundings.
Flanking is either across or like this right here. Basically. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know you could flip the token like that. So just
So-
make what's your
Moves and
AC?
hit. 20. So 2 of them hit.
2 of them hit? Okay, so
Yeah.
make 2 athletics.
Athletics. Alright, cool. Cool.
And
use
you
I refuse to be grappled.
You said what?
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
You can't.
For the last one.
You don't have it.
I do have it. I haven't used it.
You didn't pay your rental fee for last time. And you
I used it. I kept my 13.
So you failed it again? Yeah?
No, I got 20. Oh, 20.
You are grappled.
Wait, a 20? Wait, so how much?
Oh, how much damage? You said 2 of them hit the 23, so 7. And where's the other one? The 21, and so 7 and 5.
Thank you.
And you are grappled currently. Oh wait. And I gotta do these 2 to Mr. Kitty Cat Fuzzy Face. Hiya.
First one misses, second doesn't.
Okay, and do a athletics. No, do an intelligence.
I'm stunned.
Oh, you're fucking stunned.
So, yeah, I'm already stunned.
So he's just wrapping his tentacles around you right now, and you take 18 psychic damage then. Unfortunately. So he's in the midst of grappling his tentacles around Crash's head, and let's see, Yark's turn.
Can I do my check to try to escape being stunned? Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, the description for Stunning Ray says you can repeat the saving throw at the.
Oh, right, it wasn't my turn. I'm sorry, I'm tired.
Oh yeah, no, I was just reading. Yeah, see if it affects being hit or not. It doesn't say anything about being hit. So yeah, unfortunately, you can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was my turn for some reason.
It's because you're racist against lizard folk and you think you're superior and you should go first.
Don't ask Crash's views on lizard folk.
The lizard folk should be sitting on the back of the bus, while the tabaxis sit in the front.
Alright, I am going to do one regular attack against the one that's currently grappling Crash.
That's 2 pounds.
And then, if it's still alive after that hit, I'm going to try to grapple it back.
Oh, you fucking kill this thing. Like, it's like, it thinks it's gonna... It thinks it's about to have a picnic, and you split this fucker in half. Like an angry... I don't know if you ever read or watched Berserk. Like, that anger and rage just comes in you as you see your friend about to be eaten. and you just split this fucking creature in half. Do you do anything else?
I don't know if I actually can.
You have extra attack, right?
Yeah, I can make the 2 attacks.
Yeah.
So if I can target this one.
Yeah, you can do that.
And did I mention I was reckless attacking? Because I don't know if I did.
Yeah. So, and that one is also dead as well. I gotta draw an X. For some reason, when I minus their health, it's not doing the red X thing on its own. IR sad. Okay, so he is dead. You have vanquished 2 foes in 1 turn.
Stupid brains.
Evil plotting happens in the background. Ha 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 ha. Rab again.
Alright. I'm gonna yell out to Millicent. Are there any bad guys north of you? Or just the one to the south?
Well, I'm trying to remember because I can't move from where I am. There was this one dude down the hallway, but I don't know if he's still there. That's all I remember. There's like wall. There's just walls. And my friendly friend over here in his wonderful hug.
Okay. I don't know if are my friends looking pretty messed up? Like, have they been hit? How many people are... Crash is stunned, right?
Yeah, I'm stunned.
Crash is stunned, yeah. I think Yark hasn't taken a hit at all. Millicent's taken some damage. I think probably out of everyone, Crash has probably taken the most. But don't quote me on that.
Alright, I want to get rid of this guy shooting his eye lasers. I don't have a macro for this, so I'm just going to use my weapon attack for the spell attack. Does a let's see, plus 11. Does an 18 hit the eyeball creature?
Yes, it does. Wisdom saving throw. Okay, so
I don't think you need to make a saving throw on this one. That's why I did the attack, unless I'm reading it wrong.
Oh, oh, so yeah, I don't need to make it right now. Okay.
Yeah, it's a creature adjacent to it. Yeah, so he's gone. He needs a friend to save him, I believe. Bonus action, I will try to blind this guy that I can.
Okay. blind. Dirty fighting. But he is resistant to your crack smoke.
I'm just gonna yell at him. Yeah, well, my friends are gonna fucking kill you anyway. And then I get out of the way like a coward again, and that's it.
And Crash, make a, what was it? The fuck was it? Constitution saving throw.
Alright. Love that. Hey, Rabbitcan, how much did Crash have to pay you to, get a hold of that creature?
I can only hold it for like a minute.
Damn.
We could always knock it out, package it up, and bring it back home, though.
Unfortunately, you're still stunned.
Yep.
Okay, he will hover closer to Millicent. And attempt
No.
to...
I'm already grappled. Or am I not grappled?
No,
Still grappled?
Yark killed the guy that was grappling you, I think?
Oh, I thought he killed the one in the bottom.
I don't know which one was grappling. I just attacked the one that...
I just remember someone killing the one up top, like the one next to you.
That would...
Because that was the one grappling you.
I thought it was the one in the bottom.
Oh.
I'm so confused.
Well, you can still be grappled if you want from the one in the bottom.
No, I don't want. I don't wish to be grappled.
Okay. Then these attacks won't have advantage. 14.
Is it miss?
18.
Miss.
And that is it.
Oh, okay. Alright. Alright, okay. Alright, okay. Do I like being surrounded? No, not really. This is great. It's fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna, once more, transfer to my hunter's mark.
Oh, and Crash, even though you're stunned, you can still use your fucking spiritual weapon.
It's just standing there, threatening me.
So
I can?
Yeah, so if you want to do an attack with it, you can still. Well,
Oh,
she's doing
sure, I'll smack the big thing.
the big thing? Okay. And what are you gonna do, Millicent?
I'm a gunblade, the big guy.
Okay. Those all hit.
Alright. Oh, adding the hunter's mark to the first one. Thank you, number one. Another two-handed attack for the hunter. And now I'm gonna take the hit and trying to move out of that way, because no way, that's two people. Fuck. I'm gonna stay where I am. Thank you. Thank you.
Dead.
Oh, it's dead? Oh, dang.
This one attempts to grapple you once again. Millicent.
It hits. What else do you want?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Yeah.
20.
Oh, okay. We'll just try it again.
20. God dang it. Leave me alone. I'm trying to lift my
You
leg.
chose to run the furthest.
14.
14. So you are grappled once again.
You know, I just think you guys need a different like hobby. Why are you always grappling? Why not like, a little bit of dancing or like, I don't know, Zumba?
Well, Yark's going to do his usual response to seeing someone in his party grappled. That is recklessly attack it.
And as he thinks he will have Millicent as a snack, you crush him to death.
All right, team.
Do you
See, I
do
always believe
anything
in you
else?
guys.
I might move through it just a little bit further up. And then end my turn.
Okay. You see a squid face pop around the corner. 60-foot cone. 60-foot cone. So that's not gonna affect anyone in the wall. Okay. So really only okay. I just had your sheet. So Yark and Crash do a intelligence saving throw.
Oh no, the one thing I'm not resistant to.
Well, at least I'm already stunned. Does this mean I have to do 2 checks, a constitution and intelligence to get out of stun?
Oh my god.
No, just one or the other. Next time.
It says 31 damage.
Hold on. 14 damage.
Okay, so that would be technically 10 because I have 4 temporary HP.
Okay. Yep, so 14 psychic damage, from the, this one you notice that his tentacles are quite long and he looks like one of those ones that were the head honcho ones. That was only, can you do multiple attacks or is that it? What the fuck is on the music? Yep, that's all he can do. Okay. And then he will pop back around the corner. Rabbit can.
Alright, so we got just this guy?
No, he dead.
No, he's dead.
Oh,
He's
okay.
dead. I just didn't draw an X on him yet.
I will move here, and I would like to use my action to give Crash the help action to get out of stunned.
Okay.
And I can't see any bad guys, so no bonus action to blind them. That's pretty much it for me.
Okay. Crash, you are no longer stunned.
Oh, joy. This means he gets to do something stupid. I'm gonna feline agility all the way to the bottom of the corridor in a ball of absolute fury. Dear sweet God. Oh man. And at seeing what is beyond the corner, I'm gonna back right back up again. And help Yark.
Just nope.
Yeah, there's a... I'll back up one further. Alright, so I'm gonna help Yark get out of stun.
You get on their bad side and they'll destroy you. No one would miss me. That's not true. I would.
So you see a psychotic-looking tentacle worm creature come chasing after you, Crash, as you run back down the hallway. Let's see. And once again, a 60-foot cone. It's, well, okay. If you're able to, do a dexterity saving throw. Oof.
Alright,
yeah,
so we're...
Crash and Yark,
Go ahead.
yeah.
So am I able to make one?
Are you still stunned?
I know Crash was going to try to help me out of the stun, but I don't exactly know how that would play out.
Oh, if she already helped you out, then you're not stunned anymore, then you're good.
Alright.
You can roll.
Crash slapped Yark across the face a few times.
Get your shit together, y'all.
So if you
Oh.
you take half if you pass and full if you don't.
I have danger sense, so I think I should have advantage on that throw. Because I can see it and I'm not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Oh, okay, so if that gives you advantage, then you take half.
And I'm resistant, so I take quarter.
He pukes this green acid that burns, but not as much to you since you're used to it, Yark. And Millicent.
Yes, Leslie. Oh boy. What the fuck are we dealing with? Oh no.
Something that looks very cool. And Crash would want to tame if he still had command dominate beast.
Crash is like, I'm gonna make everything and it's gonna be added to my Zoom. No questions asked.
Yeah, literally.
Well, Hunter's mark on that wonderful. What just happened?
Did I
move you? Yeah, I have been moved. Because I am somewhere where I have no idea where I am.
Oh, sorry. Where?
In the middle of the fight, Wilson was transported out.
The hand of God just grabs you and drags you sideways through a wall.
Just gone. Got snapped out of it. I'm just gonna move her a little bit so you can just do what you need to do without taking her away. Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
No problem, son. Anyways. Yeah. Hunter's marking that worm thing. And magic beam it. Does that hit it?
Yes, it does.
Hey,
So that is a hit.
26. A 20. Wow. Amazing. And Hunter's fine. Bada bing, bada boom. And she retreats back into her corner. Basically, she just saw the worms like, oh no, not that shit again. And just retreats after shooting. That thing almost destroyed, like, a lot of people last time we fought it. Blueberry.
Okay, this is going to be to crash.
That is a miss.
Okay. And that is it. Yark.
Alright, only one thing to do. I see kind of why Crash ran. But that is of no concern to me. I'm reckless attacking this worm thing. With all the fury of someone who is mildly annoyed by a spray of acid.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
And that should do it for me.
Okay, tall boy. Yep, he will go back there. Rabican.
Alright. Move forward. Oh, what the fuck? Alright. So that thing just looks like a beastie then?
Yeah, this thing
Giant
looks like
worm.
yeah, fucked up worm thing with tentacles. It's coming up its mouth.
Alright, I'm
Yeah.
gonna cast this on him and the, this guy I can just see. So both of them.
I wish I'd kept Dominate Beast prepared.
On the first roll, I'm going to cast this as a reaction.
Okay. On which one?
The guy that passed.
Okay. Okay, so they both fail.
And then I just sort of look at my friends, give a thumbs up. Hey, keep up the good work, guys. And then I get back behind the wall.
As you should. It's not safe out there.
Yark feels appreciated.
Aww.
Well, Crash is badly hurt, but is also an idiot, so he's gonna charge straight up to this thing. And,
Oh no!
Whack.
Ooh.
Then an extra attack again. Whack.
Oh.
And then Spiritual Weapon is gonna get moved up to a tentacle thing up there.
You talking to the same guy you're hitting? The big guy?
Nah, the
guy
guy
behind
in the
him?
back.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep, that'll hit him. The Neolithic... Was that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Let's see. One D2. Yark is 1. Crash is 2. Okay. This attack will be to you, Crash.
Is that the guy I shadow monstered?
Yeah, so does he...
He has to attack his nearest ally.
Oh. Oh, so that definitely hits him, so... And he has to make a strength saving throw. Which he fails. So you see the giant worm thing start attacking his own, you could call him masters, as they have a look of panic as he starts getting consumed by this thing, and he starts screaming as he's getting pelted in the face with a spiritual weapon at the same time. Millicent.
Millicent. Well, there's only one thing to do. Beam him with the friendship is magic. With the hunter.
Okay.
Does the 15 hit?
I want to say no, because I think it's 16.
Mhm.
Yep, it's a 16, so nope.
Alright, so hit one time. And I hit. You guys are doing amazing! Just keep up the great work! Don't talk to strangers!
Okay, so he's totally swallowed. Okay, so he totally swallowed this guy. And he's yeah,
He's a free worm.
He's basically trying to he's just getting digested. Yark.
More reckless attacks. I'm just hacking away at this thing. I'm glad it turned its back to me. You could call it a back.
So both of those are gonna hit, yeah, of course, and that is good damage.
Yeah, that does it.
Okay. Happy Boy. Seeing their pet consume one of their creatures. Let's see. That work. Okay, okay. Rabican.
You remember you gave me draconic wings, me and Yark, when we ate that dragon? Do you remember how far the movement speed for the wings was?
Same as you're walking.
Okay. I'm just gonna yell out to Yark. Can you see the squid face? Where'd the big squid face go?
The only one I can see is the big one right in front of me. So I point right at it.
Oh, alright, so just that guy. Okay. Is that big worm looking wounded or is it looking good to go?
He looks really wounded, but like confused from your spell still. Since he ate his friend, does he still not attack on his turn?
He still has to. At the start of his turn, you probably want to make a wisdom save to see if he breaks out of it, and then if he doesn't, he'll attack someone. But at the end of his turn, he can make another wisdom and try to break out. But until he breaks out, he's got to find his nearest ally and try to attack him.
Okay.
I will cast. Actually, you know, I gotta conserve some spells. I'm just gonna hit him with a cantrip. Oh wow, that's a wise worm. Okay. That's it for me. I'm just gonna get out of the way.
Does this thing even count as an animal or a beast, or is it another sentient thing?
Out of character, let's see what it counts as. It counts as an aberration.
Darn. Darn. I was gonna have Crash you speak with animals and say they went that way.
Yeah, it's more like they're kind of more like aliens, if that makes sense. So they're sentient.
What's this worm thing called?
Neolithid. If you ever read the lore about them, they're pretty crazy.
I want it as a pet. Anyways, since that thing swallowed its ally, Crash is gonna feel like leaving it alone, see if it'll eat anything else. Let's see. I have winged boots, don't I? I think I recall getting some winged boots, so... This is probably gonna get me killed. Alright, I'm gonna activate winged boots and move through here. Fly up as high as I can. And then cast... Where's that spell? On everything. Let's see, I can mark up to 5 people with that. So everything except that weird red creature in the top right is gonna get hit with that if they fail.
LOL. Ha 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 ha.
Alright, so... Does the one that hit a 17, did that pass or fail?
That one passed. So only one pass, basically.
Alright, so 66. I have to roll that.
Roll that. Hopefully it's all ones.
I can only roll up to 5d6. Fuck. Alright, I'm just gonna roll 5 and I'll roll a 1. So they all take 20 damage. And they're knocked prone and blinded. Except for the 17, which takes 10 damage. It is not prone or blind. And then just to be a dick, spiritual weapon up to the big, spiritual weapon up to the big guy, the long tentacled fucker. And smack him in his big ugly face.
Pow. Anything else?
Nope, that ends my turn.
Okay, the Neolithid. Is it a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess he's still gonna eat his friends. Let's see if he does it. Wow. Ooh. That. Yep, he's even wearing a breastplate. He still hits him, okay. Huh. Oh wait, that is completely wrong fucking thing, because that is not it at all. Oh. This is the creature. So it doesn't hit everyone.
Is it attacking one of the prone ones?
Yep, so it'd be an advantage. This thing is gonna eat everybody. He swallows another one.
I vote we keep this thing. Who wants to help me catch him?
You never heard a squid face scream before, but this is your first time now hearing it. As this Neolithid just swallows this one whole. And Millicent.
Yeah. Alright, so where is everybody? God.
Over here and find out.
Your
I'm
tanky
trying.
boys are running in front.
Right? I see part of the tentacle eating worm. Should I shoot at it or should I just let it do its thing?
I say just let it do its thing. It already ate
Right?
some people.
I'm gonna hold an attack. If he attacks my friends, I'm gonna attack him. Because he seems pretty content with eating whatever he's eating. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna cast mirror image on myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
For now.
Prone and blinded. Prone and blinded, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that one. And do any of them have blind sight? You think they would, but not even Big Boy. With you have telepathy but no blind sight. What kind of psychic are you? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, this is weird because I'm like, how blind fucking prone people. I'm trying to think of what they're gonna do.
Run. Scream.
I've run into a wall. Where the fuck is it? Here. Computer. Nope. It's not that. It's supposed to be. Yeah, just give me 1 second. I don't know. The sheets are fucked up. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So you see all 5 of those creatures just vanish. That's what you see, Crash. I don't think anyone else is in the room with you. It'd be Yark's turn right now.
Alright. So, let's see. So I see there's 2 other things in the room, and this, what was it, the Neolithid? Neolithid, however it's pronounced.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And does it seem to be ready to go after us, or is it still progressing further towards more prey?
As of now, it is not going after you guys until it passes a wisdom saving throw.
Alright. Well, if possible, I would like to move up into that little alcove across from Crash.
Okay.
And then I will currently end my turn.
Gosh, it looks kind of different now.
Crash, I believe you are once again seeing that one, the only one that's vanished again.
You said that these guys had like lightning guns. Is there like a lightning pistol on one of them I can grab?
Yes. There's like it looks like something out of When Mars Attacks movie.
Ah, so a traditional like alien ray gun.
Mm-hmm.
What's the stats for it?
I will give it to you right after this combat.
Okay, I won't use it anyway. I will move forward. Alright, since this worm can't attack me anyway, I am going to try to get rid of it before it breaks free. And I'll cast that at the worm.
He's not a fast boy. $47?
47?
He is dead.
I feel proud of my accomplishment, and that's my turn.
By the way, while you were walking towards Millicent, all you see is like 4 Millicents just like, holding a pose like, oh, how you doing?
Oh, am I standing in one of them?
No, just next to us. Just a whole group of us now.
I'm seeing double. 8 Millicents.
I'm clearly high. That's not a spell, Millicent. I don't know what you did, but something's making me trip.
No, I did this. Isn't it great?
No, it's clearly the crack cocaine.
No, I did it. It was okay. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Do you want some crack cocaine?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
If he sees no more enemies, Crash is just gonna come flying down out of the sky and just fall flat on the ground.
Yeah, you don't see any enemies, just the dead slug and the other things that you killed in the hallway earlier. The rest of the enemies, what looked like to you, they just vanished in thin air.
So, is this it? There's no one else in here? He's asking Crash.
Crash just says in a just barely audible up to hear, yeah, room's clear.
What do you mean? Room's clear? Like, did they leave? Did it go through a door, or?
I don't know, they vanished into thin air.
What if they're invisible?
Well, then I'm probably dead. For context, Crash is like face down on the ground. My poor guy has 10 health left.
Oh my god. I'm a. How are you guys doing? Like, Crash and Yark.
Not feeling too great, gotta admit.
I'ma slap you with a cure wound.
Yark is just absolutely covered in blood, but it doesn't look like much of it is his.
Alright. I'm gonna give you a level 3. Crash.
I think maybe we should.
You got 12.
I'll be right back. Someone's calling me.
Okay.
We should take a short rest. I think some of you are too beat up to move forward without one.
With that cure wounds, Crash just kind of gets up and says, "Thank you."
No problem.
Yeah, I've been on 10 health since before I ran into the room. I fully expected it to go down.
God.
Wow.
You're like,
I've been at 10 health since the acid spray.
Really?
Yeah.
And you didn't see anything?
No, it's the middle of battle. He's not gonna yell that he's injured.
You were clearing!
I'm so wounded. Hit me first.
With the cure wounds!
Nah, he chose to use his winged boots to run right into the middle of literally 6 enemies and cast Starfall on them. Like this
Oh
man was
my
raised.
God.
This man was raised by barbarians. He has no common sense.
Except fighting sense.
Yes, except fighting sense.
And I'm just like wondering why I'm not getting hit and admiring the fighting spirit of the cleric.
It's like, dang. She's braver than me.
But yeah, when I charged down the corridor and I came to that I turned and ran back, I ran back because I literally saw like 6 mind flayers in here plus that worm.
I was like, maybe I shouldn't be in the front lines. Maybe.
Yeah, I was at like 30 to 40 health when I saw that, so I was just like, nope.
I was just like, I hope it's not gonna do psychic damage. Ah, yeah, I take a nice big hit.
Always great after a good fight. You know, I think I'm gonna just knock one of these skeletons off and then lay down here and pretend to be the skeleton and they won't have a clue it's me.
Millicent with her duplicates just vibing.
Crash is just gonna wander over to Rabican, like prod him with the end of his dragon tooth and go, "You dead?"
I just lay there slack and don't respond.
Crash just slowly starts nudging Rabican off the edge with his dragon tooth.
Oh my god. Let him rest. Apparently he's been seeing doubles. I don't know what he means though.
It was that Kush from the Rakshas's powerful stuff.
Yark coughs and nods.
So, did you guys experience anything new last time that we were resting? Like,
I found a weird necklace and a hand shot out of my bag and tried to grab me.
Fuck. Someone died, so I have to fucking cut the game short. But, everyone gains a level.
Oh,
wow.
So,
I was gonna be like, yeah, Trash Wizard died.
You have some forces catch up to you from, I don't give a fuck up from late, because they're dead. It sounds fucked up, but it's picking up from a hospital. I'm just gonna talk as I get dressed. So Bannock comes in with the forces with your forces of evil and what is that werewolf bitch that I named? I named her and I can't remember her name. Your scout down to Underdark.
I just know her as Blondie because she's blonde.
Yeah, Blondie. Midari, yes, Midari.
Is that her name?
Yeah, the werebear girl comes in. They meet you in this room. It's kind of a standoff from where you're standing. From what you understand and what you witnessed, Crash, is they used a spell called Plane Shift, which they just, because technically they're not from this realm, so they kind of they just bitched out and ran away from you after they were blinded, because that was all they could think of.
Yes, fear the short cat.
Oh, so they totally bugged out to a totally different realm, let alone escaping down the hall.
Yep, they went to another dimension.
They noped to another dimension.
They saw, I forgot if it was 2 or 3 of their buddies be swallowed whole.
2.
They're like, that's not normal. and we probably shouldn't be here.
And then Crash came running in and literally hit all the stars.
But yeah, sorry guys, I just been fucking. I switched companies and shit, so it's my hours are better as long as someone doesn't die. But it's in terms of me running games, things are less stressful, and I'm not working like fucking 12-hour shifts. So I'm glad to be running again, and I will see you next week. And if you guys ever play video games or some shit, I always play random shit, so just hit me up. But yeah, you guys gained a level. And from here I guess a long rest because you're kind of making camp. Or
Somehow.
a base, not like a, I want to call it like a, what the fuck is it called? Like at the border, like a defense, fucking
a fort?
Outpost?
Outpost, yeah. It's you're kind of like making an outpost right now, like just building a line in the sand with these guys now. You did the first strike. You're still pretty close to where the Elder Brain is. They got the tunnel pretty much at a choke point, so all the Illithids that are coming in and rushing in and trying to save the Elder Brain from you guys are just getting machine gunned down by Bannock's AK, basically. So you guys are close. So basically it's just up to you guys to venture forward more to kill the Elder Brain itself.
Alright.
And we will do that next time on Dragon Ball Z, or yeah, but I'm gonna
Digimon, Digital Monster.
Thanks for running the session. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Some guy died. Someone always fucking died.
You can't really control that. You're
Yeah, it's not your fault.
Oh, well, last month there was like 5 suicides in like a week. It was fucking weird.
Ooh.
Jesus. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But I love you guys, and I'm going to make fecal matter art on my wall. Bye.
Good for you.
And don't forget, all of you need to send me a piece of your hair so we can make friendship bracelets.
No. No.
But I thought we were friends.
It's hard to grow out here.
Bye.
Bye.